Okay, recording in progress. Good morning. Um, nice to have you with me. We are going to be tapping today, and we're going to be doing two types of tapping. So let me begin. We're going to begin with a three-step tapping. And this is very good. Like if you wake up in the morning, when you brush your teeth and do whatever you need to do, and then do this. It will wake up the body, it will wake up the brain, it'll wake up the sensory um, connection, but it'll also wake up the motor connections through those sensory connections. So when you're tapping the way we're going to tap right now, and when you're tapping the way we're going to tap a little later, we are making sensory connections with the neurons in the brain. Then those sensory connections will be made with the motor connections with the muscles. So we are stimulating those sensory connections through tapping our face, tapping our shoulders, tapping our chest, and tapping here later. But what is the effect of that? The effect of that is that it connects with the muscles in the body. So we are doing, we're basically waking up the system by doing this. This initial one that we're doing. So let me show you. It's a three-step process, very easy, very fast, but I would recommend doing it every day. So you begin by going to the eyes first. You begin with this area of the face. We're going to use this part of the hand right here. You know what? I'm going to put me on speaker view just for a moment to show you the instructions. And then, okay. So you're going to be using the palm of the hand, right? The soft spot of the hand for the eyes. So you want to have, you want to, if you want to have no makeup on, hopefully, because otherwise you may just rub everything all over, right? So this is as you're waking up. So you'll take the palms of the hands. I would rub them, create heat. That's not necessary to do, but anytime we create heat in our hands, it creates a beautiful effect on the eyes. So then you bring the palms and you turn them. Don't touch the eyes necessarily. You're touching the area around the eyes. You make circles around that area, okay? So let's do that one first. Well, we'll do it together. And then, okay, I can see you up here, good. And then we'll proceed to the next one. So the first one, so it's palm, bring the heat to the hands. Create that heat in the palms of the hand. All righty, and now take the soft part of your hands, the palms, bring them over the eyes, just for a moment, let the eyes feel that heat, and now start doing circles. We want to do this for about 15 or 20 seconds. It's not a long process, but it's enough to stimulate the nerves around the eyes and in turn stimulate the brain. Anything we can do to wake up this brain, anything we can do to make connections with those neurons. All righty, release the hands, keep the eyes closed. Slowly and gently open your eyes. You'll start feeling the difference. There may be some tingling. Everybody's going to feel something different, but you'll definitely start feeling stuff happening here. You can't feel it necessarily in the brain, but you can feel the effects starting here. So now we're going to the auditory portion of our brain. This, we're going to take the same part of the hand. We don't necessarily have to create heat, but it'd be okay if we created heat. Remember, anytime we're creating heat, we're bringing that energy to the hands. So you're magnifying that energy, that effect on wherever you're placing your hands. So we will bring the hands together, create that heat, and then you're going to place them over your ears. And you're going to make circles. And you're going to hear whoosh, whoosh. You're going to hear an effect. That sound is what's going to create that connection with the brain, that auditory reaction. So let's bring the hands together. Create some heat in the hands. And now place the palms over the ears and start turning. You can close your eyes. Be aware of what's happening. Be aware of the sound. And release your hands. Keep your eyes closed. You may feel like this space, this opening throughout the ears, maybe all going into the sinuses, that whole area. And open your eyes. Okay, now we'll be addressing the face and the head. Normally we tap with our fingertips, tap down, but I want you to tap with this part of your hands, this part right here, okay? And what we're going to do is wake up the face, wake up the head. So we're just going to tap like this. Tap on top of the head, tap in the back. Be gentle, but I don't want to say firm because I don't want you to be too hard on your face. But what I mean is make sure that you're feeling the tapping. Tap the neck, sides of the neck. You can even come down to the chest. Couple more seconds and bring the hands down. Keep the eyes closed. I don't know if you feel it, but I feel a sense of well-being every time I do this. And I'm assuming most of you will be feeling it right now too. There's just a sense of wellness that happens with this, but what's happening is we're waking up the entire body by doing this. It's a really beautiful process. Sorry, let me see how I can see everybody. Okay. Any questions? Does anybody have a question about this so far? If you do, just unmute and ask it, please. No? Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? What's happening in the brain when we do this is pretty amazing. And we are, at the same time, we are bringing a sense of well-being to the body, right? We're waking up on one end. On the other end, we're actually activating that sense of rest and digest. We're activating that parasympathetic nervous system, that system that tells the body that it's time to take it easy, that everything's safe, where homeostasis can take place, where the body can heal. So when we're doing this, we begin our day in this way, which makes it easier for our day to continue in this way. Very easy steps. Besides the effect that it has on the brain, from a viewpoint of, for example, if you have MS or you have anything going on in the brain, it also addresses the endocrine system, it addresses the circulatory system, it addresses the respiratory system, because we're bringing that respiration to an even respiration. We don't understand sometimes that our respiration can be altered by the other systems in the body, right? We think of the systems as being individual systems, but they're not, they're interconnected. So if we bring rest to one, if we bring wellness to one, that translates into the rest of the body. So anyway, so this is very easy to do, very quick to do. It doesn't take very long, and it's a perfect way to start the day. And side benefit, it increases collagen in the face. So it helps us beautify. Okay, so now we'll go into the next tapping. Next tapping is a little more complex, but I want to say complex only because it takes a little longer. There's 9 points that we're going to address. And we're going to start with an intention of noticing what's going on in the body, noticing where we're feeling maybe anxiety, maybe depression, maybe pain, maybe a physical diagnosis that we may have been given, an imbalance, something going on in the body that we're aware of, okay? Maybe whatever it may be, if you have sadness, and that sadness is, let me address that for a second. We have to work our way through sadness. Sadness is part of life. We can't go through life avoiding sadness. But what we can't do is continue to hang on to that sadness and make it a way of life. We can't allow it to turn into something bigger. We have to live it. We have to experience it, and then we need to move on. Because if we allow that sadness to take hold, it can turn into something bigger, into depression or into something else that will manifest in the body, because this mind can't take that big amount of sadness all the time. I hope you understand what I'm saying, because I'm not an advocate of pushing sadness aside. Quite the contrary. I think if we're sad, if there's an event in our lives that makes us sad, we need to live it. We need to experience it. That's why we have these emotions, is because they need to be experienced. But we can't hold on to them with both hands. We have to let them go and allow ourselves to experience other things. So anyway, so this tapping will help us to move on. And that's what I love about it so much. It is a real tool in our kit to help us move on in what is happening in our lives, whether it's pain, whether it's disease, whether it's imbalance, whatever it may be. So the premise here is that we're activating certain points in the body, certain neurological points in the body, and we're making connections with the brain. We're making connections with the brain in such a way that things start opening up. We're making sensory connections, and in the same way that we did with the other one, we make sensory connections, and those in turn make motor skill connections or motor connections with the muscles in the body. But beyond that, we're activating a system of healing when we're doing that. That rest and digest is a healing system. We're activating that parasympathetic system to allow us to be in a state of relaxation. And when we're in that state, we can heal, we can transcend, we can become balanced. So this will help in doing that. But again, it's incredible for activating the brain. So we'll begin. The first point is right here on the side of the hand. Okay, along the edge. So we'll start with the right hand. Tap on the right hand. And I want you to think of what it is today that's bothering you. If you have pain, if you have discomfort somewhere in the body, if you have an emotional discomfort today, whatever it is, I want you to focus on that. I want you to make it real. I want you to focus on knowing that it is happening and you're not going to push it away. It is happening. You're accepting it. Now let's do the other hand. You're accepting it. You're giving it permission to be active right now. You're giving yourself permission to experience it. But I also want you to focus on those points on which you're tapping. Okay, now we're going to move on to the space between the eyebrows. So you can use 2 fingers or 1, depending upon how much space you have as we go down. So we'll use 2 fingers and we tap between the eyebrows. And again, I want you to focus on what it is today that's out of balance, whether it's emotional, physical, physiological. Be aware of it. Let your awareness settle there. But also become aware of that spot that you're tapping. Become aware of the effect of this tapping, but continue to focus on what it is that's out of balance today. You can close your eyes. All righty, and now we'll move on. You want to do about 30 seconds each to next to your eyes, not the temples, but next to the eyes. Again, tapping. Bring to mind, for example, in my case, with this change of weather, these allergies are exacerbated. So I'm focusing on the imbalance that these allergies are creating in the body right now. I'm focusing on the congestion that gets created. I'm focusing on the malaise that all of a sudden starts getting created. But I'm also focusing on this tapping, feeling it, feeling those points that are being tapped. All righty, and let them go. Stay here for a moment. Keep your eyes closed. Again, be aware of the malaise, whatever it is in the body or in the mind or in the heart, emotionally, that's bothering you today. And now, beneath the eyes, start tapping just beneath the eyes, on the face. You'll feel that bone there, and that's more or less where you want to tap. And again, focus on either, maybe you have pain, physical pain, anxiety, whatever it may be. Again, in my case, I am focusing on these allergies, and I'm feeling right now how it's loosening up some of the stuff that's going on in my sinuses. So interesting for me what's happening right now with this tapping. But aware of the imbalance in my body, fully aware of the imbalance and what's going on with me right now. Okay, and now let it go. Sit for a moment. I want you to feel what's going on in the face right now, upper part of the face. All right, and now we'll go to that space between the nose and the upper lip. One finger, your index finger, and start tapping there. Keep your eyes closed and keep bringing to mind whatever it is that's out of balance, whatever it is that may be bothering you, however slight it might be, or however big it may be. And release the finger, keep your eyes closed. Now we're going to go toward the chin. Between the lip, the lower lip, and your chin, this space right here, I want you to tap there. Keep your eyes closed. You may want to bring your lip in a little bit so you can get it. Again, bring to mind the imbalance. Be aware of it, but also be aware of the effect of this tapping at this moment. And slowly and gently bring your hands down. You feel tingling throughout the face, specifically throughout the chin and the lower lip and the upper lip. All right, and now we're going to move to our chest. So we're going to go where your clavicle is. Right here, you feel the two bones right here. Go an inch down and two out. That's the spot. You're going to bring all four fingers here and start tapping. Keep your eyes closed. Again, bring to mind. I'm bringing to mind the clearing of my lungs right now, the clearing of my sinuses, the clearing of my throat. Bringing to mind the need for that area to clear out right now. Knowing that it's happening knowing that that's what's going on in my body right now, accepting it, aware of it. Keep your eyes closed. And bring your hands down. Just observe what's happening. And now we're going to go to just under the armpits, about 4 inches under the armpits, at about the height of where your chest is, where your breasts are, right? So we are going to tap right there. Let's see if you can see. So let's begin. Tap on the left side or the right side. It doesn't matter. You can begin on whichever side you want. Keep your eyes closed. Once again, bring to mind that imbalance that is causing maybe some distress, some pain, whatever it is, bring it to mind as you're doing this. Be aware of it, accepting it, understanding that it's happening. And now let's do the other side. Although you're aware of what is happening, although you're aware of any pain or any physiological or physical imbalance, emotional imbalance, still focus on the tapping with the awareness that that's happening. And bring the arm down, keep the eyes closed. And now we're going to the top of our head. So I want you to place your palm here, bring the fingers up onto the head. Wherever the middle finger touches, that's more or less where you want to tap. So you're going to use all 4 fingers and tap there. I think we use the same technique in the Abhyanga. If you've seen the Abhyanga video, when you're trying to figure out where on the crown of the head you would rub oil, same place. That's where you want to tap. Again, aware of the pain, aware of what's going on in the body, aware of the discomfort. And now bring your hands down. I want you to become aware of the shift in the body that this tapping is making. The shift in the body through a sense of expansion, maybe. We all react differently to the tapping, but it does create a sense of wellness, a sense of well-being. Not only does it do it mentally, but it does it at a physiological, at a physical level, at an emotional level. So now I want you to become aware of the wellness, and I want us to focus on the wellness and release whatever it is, that pain, whatever it is, the discomfort. And I want you to focus only on that feeling of wellness that this tapping creates. So we're going to go through the whole process, but rather than focusing on what's wrong, I want you to focus on what's right now. That feeling that this tapping is creating. Let the focus be completely on that. And let's begin. We'll begin with the right hand. So tap on the right side of the right hand. Close your eyes. Become aware of the state of wellness. I want you right now to talk to yourself and become aware of the sense of expansion maybe that you're feeling, that sense of maybe a sense of happiness as it's starting to settle in. Let's do the other hand. Become aware of the sense of balance that's coming to the body. Whatever it is that you're feeling, that positive effect that you're feeling, that's what I want you to focus on. Keep your eyes closed and focus on that. Let your awareness rest on that sense of well-being, on that sense of wellness. All righty. And now we'll go to those points between the eyes and tap again. Now I want you, as you're tapping, I want you to focus on how that feels. Do it lighter, do it a little harder. What point makes you feel the best in this tapping? You're using the points, the tips of your fingers, okay? And you're tapping either gently or maybe a little firmer, depending upon what feels best for you. Not too firm though. And become aware of the wellness, of the well-being. In my case, I'm feeling a sense of happiness right now. It's creating a sense of openness for me. All righty, and now let's go below the eyes. For me, this is a point that feels, that I can feel very well. My eyes are closed, but I'm tapping this point, but I can feel it throughout my entire, I can feel it all the way into my ears, behind my ears, throughout my scalp. It's very interesting. I want you guys to focus on the wellness this is creating. Focus on how well this works. Focus on feeling better. Focus on transcending. If you smile, I want you to see how different that tap feels under the eyes. All righty, bring your hands down into your lap. I want you to become aware of how the upper part of your face feels right now. Focus on that state of wellness, whatever is being created. And now I want you to take your index finger, whether it's your right or left, doesn't matter, and start tapping above your upper lip. Again, measure the strength of the tap, how hard you do it, as to how well it makes you feel. For me, a lighter tap makes me feel better than a stronger tap. That lightness, that light touch for me creates a sense of wellness for me, especially in this spot as well. So focus on what parts of the body are feeling this tap, because it's not just the upper lip. Whatever parts of the body that are feeling it are feeling a sense of wellness, a sense of expansion maybe, a sense of relaxation. Now let's go to that space between the chin and the lower lip and tap there. I feel this along my spine. I feel this, the tingling along my jaw, along my lips. Focus on that state of well-being, happiness, of balance, that harmony that's being created, that relationship with the brain. Beautiful it is. All right, bring your hands down and stay here for a moment. You may be aware of tingling throughout the whole face, but I want you to be aware of where in the body there's this wellness that's being created as well. And now let's move down toward the clavicle. Begin at the bones, go down an inch, out 2 inches, and start tapping there. And I am literally feeling a clearness throughout my face, throughout my head, my lungs, feeling a state of balance. I'm feeling very relaxed. Tune into what you're feeling. A sense of joy, maybe an aha moment. All righty, and now we're going to tap under the armpit. So this time let's start with the right armpit. Begin there. And become aware of where this tapping is connected. where this particular point is connecting in the body. Become aware of the wellness that's being created in those points in the body. You can close your eyes. Allow yourself to feel it. And turn off everything else but the feeling when we close the eyes. All righty, now let's do the other side. Remember, it's about you're tapping at about the same height as your breast or your chest. You don't want to go any lower, and you also don't want to go any higher. Again, feel the vibration wherever it's going in the rest of the body. It's beautiful. Become aware of the wellness that's being created. Resting and digesting. Bring your hands down. Become aware of what's happening, how you're feeling. And now take the fingers up to the crown of the head. If you're not sure, once again, you can place your palm at the bridge of the nose, just above the nose, and bring it back. Middle finger, and now bring the fingers in that area and start tapping. This vibration on the brain itself, this vibration on that connection, this spot right here is an auspicious place in our body. This place right here connects us. We receive through this place, and the whole body receives through it. A state of wellness, a state of well-being, a transformation, and then releasing and allowing this body to be in balance, joyful, happy. Release the fingers, bring the hands down, close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you're breathing out, slowly and gently become aware of the state in which your body is right now. Rub your palms together, create some heat, and then bring them over your eyes. Bring the palms, soft part of the palms over the eyes. The eyes are closed. Feel that expansion. Be aware of what you see, even though your eyes are closed. Bring your palms on top of your head. Run them along the sides of the head, all the way down to the shoulders, and then back in your lap. And slowly and gently, when you're ready, open your eyes.